So it's come up on multiple occasions over this past several weeks. This particular mindset, philosophy, topic, setting, context. I know I've been reflecting a lot on a regular basis, as always, just as to my own journey and as to how I was able to get to where I am now, and the things I want to be able to teach others, my boys, others in general. So I've been doing a lot more introspection as to the principles and the thought patterns and the constructs that I created internally to better help me understand how I need to move in the game for fitness, for nutrition, for transformation, and all that jazz. And in the doing of this now, as I am peeling back layers, I'm finding these different gems along the way that have been cornerstone pieces at one point in time or another in my matriculation through this game. And I want to be able to articulate these things so much better for my boys as they get older. So I'm really trying to take stock of them and basically do an inventory of sorts and accounting of the records. And taking in a particular thing my wife would say to me sometimes. Oftentimes she'll say that I could be very filtered. I don't there's many layers to me, and the main layer most people meet me on is that of training, fitness, transformation. So you meet the most intense version of me, the part of me that is really, really, really disciplined, the part of me that is really, 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 yo, we got to get this thing going. And I come from that passionate place because it meant so much to me. So many times people don't see the other faces, the other sides. It's like that statue that just has, you may see this one face in your front, but you turn, it's a smiley face, turn, it's this, and it keeps turning, and there's many, 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 many faces along that path. And she'll see the trainer side of me, which is much different. And we have different phrases and stuff like you can't flex fat and stuff like that, that when I get into my rants, she'll see that side. But the thing about it is, I've been recognizing that in me not showing some of these other sides in my own professional life, there's oftentimes a disconnect between what needs to be done and the energy that you bring to the doing. Because the energy you bring to the doing is so important in regards to getting the thing done that needs to be done. Now we're talking in the realm of training, fitness, transforming your body, your food, your nutrition, stuff like that. Within the umbrella, under the umbrella, I should say, how you come to the work, the mindset that you choose to take on as you embark upon the work and engage in the work day in and day out, that mindset changes everything. And not recognizing that and not putting that mindset in the proper position is what allows most people, and what more so shortchanges most people, to be a part of the 97%. Those who do not really realize their goals because they do not come to it from the right place. Because what you are being when you are doing the work matters. It matters a lot. I say all that to say, internally, I remember getting to a place in time where I got tired of making excuses. I got tired of skimping out on my cardio. I got tired of not doing my food. We used to have pizza every weekend. Literally, we'll buy 2 pies on Saturday. I'll finish training at the gym, go across the street, buy 2 pies, and that'll be our meals all the weekend. And this was doing shows. I got tired of cutting corners. And I got tired of this, just falling short at this show, just falling short here and there. And I recognized that it was me. And I remember learning about Flex Wheeler and how he would never really dedicate himself all the way to his food. And that's what cost him being number one. He was always in the top, but he was never just that number one. So then I took that and I ran with it, and I got much more strict, much more disciplined. And I realized that there's always this internal conversation that every decision came down to. And when I made the decision that made me upset, the excuse basically, I took path B, I could say. You understand soon enough. And if I made decision the other one, I could take this other path B. So I had path BA, path BB. I don't know why I'm making it that complicated. I could just say path 1 and 2. But the the name of each path starts with a B, basically. And I got tired of picking the much, much, much more wider road to my left. That's the B that's 97% of the population goes down that one right there when it comes to their training and fitness and so on and so forth. And then I saw this other path B over here. It was so much more narrow. So few less people travel down that path. But then I'm like, okay, if I want something different, I have to be willing to do something different. So this is where different starts. Both paths start with a B. But both paths lead you somewhere completely differently. But both paths have you doing the same stuff. You could be eating the same exact foods. You are doing your cardio. You're getting to the gym. You're on the outside looking at your living and the lifestyle, but it's the level of intensity that differs. The one to the left, that path right there is called bitch. The one to the right, that path right there is called beast. At every junction along the way, I had to realize that the decision I was making wasn't about carbs, wasn't about cardio, wasn't about training, wasn't about the next show. It was about bitch or beast. And I remember when that clicked, it was very, very raw. It was very jarring and it hurt a bit because it made it very, very hard to hide under anything. It made it very, very hard to justify or rationalize things as I once did prior to that moment of realization that when a decision comes down to it, it comes down to two paths. The path of the bitch and the path of the beast. Which one do you want to be in this moment in time? And that became the conversation in my head. When it came to my cardio, I don't want to get up. It's 5:30. It's 5:28. I'm supposed to get up at 5:30. Who's going to get up right now? The bitch or the beast? The bitch, let me hit snooze. The beast, let's fucking go. The energy is just different. And I began to apply that particular line of thinking to as many decisions as I could tolerate at first, because it was very draining to pick beast every time, because we don't realize how many excuses we make when it comes to our food, when it comes to what we're going to do, when it comes to getting up right now to go take care of the dishes, when it comes to just doing these everyday things. We make so many excuses and we cut corners so much internally. And it wasn't until I put my mind under the umbrella of bitch or beast, and I started to use it as a filter that I will look at the world and my decisions and the things I would choose to do and things I would choose not to do. Once that became my filter for that season of my life, it shifted my execution drastically. It shifted my consistency drastically. It shifted how I approached the task. Before I even engaged in it, how I approached my cardio, how I approached my nutrition, how I approached my training time in the gym. It made this shift that literally turned my world around to a degree, because I began to operate from a position of power that I once felt like it was a lie. And then I lied enough to myself that eventually that lie became my truth. Makes sense? And even to this day, still, I can still see that decision being the ultimate one. Not ultimate, but in that when it comes to my food and training and stuff like that, you got to pick one. I oftentimes heard it said, I remember looking this up or saying this to someone just recently. There are two disciplines in life. There are two pains, excuse me. There are two pains in life. Yeah. It says there are two pains in life. The pain of discipline and the pain of regret. Which one? If I'm going to be in pain anyway, if I'm going to be tired anyway, if I'm going to be uncomfortable anyway, why not have something to show for it? It's time. I got tired of doing these half-ass measures. I got tired of just kind of showing up. I got tired of being really, really good, but just not good enough because I'm better than everyone else in my circle. So therefore, that should be good enough. But according to the standard of the game in the rest of the world, it just wasn't good enough. And I had to realize I need to start coming from the place of that sense of who I am, that I am, and stop comparing myself to this person and that person, and really, 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 really choose to understand and to commune with the beast, that power, that force that we all have within us. I remember reading stories. I'm not sure if these are true or not. I never really vetted them. I remember there was a story one time of a grandmother. I think the grandmother saw the child. Something happened. Something fell off of something, and a car fell on some kid's leg, and it's a grandchild. And grandma goes and she lifts the car. What the heck is that about? I remember specifically reading in a book one time. I forget which book it was. I think this one was a true story. Maybe it was just a parable that they wanted to share and illustrate a point. It was two kids were outside playing, out in the cold, like a tundra type area, a place where you can go out, where lakes freeze over and stuff like that. They're going to go play, having fun. It's a regular thing. And then under one of the boys, the ice cracks. Now these kids, say the kids are maybe 6, 7 years old. Ice cracks, ball falls in. He's trying to stay out. Other friends freaking out. They're trying to scream for help. Maybe there was a third friend because somebody went and ran for help. But in the meantime, one of the friends is there. Bad storyteller. Don't hold me against it. One of the other friends runs, grabs a stick, boom, starts breaking the ice. Other friend goes on there and helps get the friend out. As the time goes on, the EMTs, emergency people get there, and the adults who are there are surprised at the size of the stick that the boy ripped off to break the ice, because they see the stick is a massive piece, and they were talking, and it's like, oh, how is it possible that this kid did such and such? And the answer came from somebody else. Some old head was like, well, it's because no one was here to tell him that he couldn't. And sometimes we have chosen this mental setting of just bitch, of just weakness, of just it's okay just to get by, of just mediocrity, of oh, I'm tired. Oh, I just want to rest. I tried enough times. It's not worth it to me. I kind of sort of want it, but my life doesn't really depend on it. So, we are just lazy in a way that's just it's not good for the species. Like seriously, we are just soft. Do some push-ups or something. Say it with your chest, But as I approach my training, I always choose beast now. As I approach my nutrition, I choose beast 98% of the time now. Yeah, that's going up a lot. As I approach my cardio, I choose beast now. What I've learned over the time of you learning to choose beast consistently and fighting to choose beast more and more, even though it can be very, very draining. The energy that you sow into the beast, the energy that you receive from tapping into the beast, it starts to become normalized. And since it becomes normalized, it becomes accessible on a regular basis in much, 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 much more greater quantities. And that's where the magic really starts to happen. That's where the 10,000 hours begin to kick in. That's where all these principles and philosophies of unlocking that genius come into play. It comes into play from choosing beast. Regardless of what your craft is, whether it's training, whether it's you want to play a violin, whether you want to be a basketball player, it doesn't make a difference. You got to get this beast mentality into everyone who plays at a high level plays from that position of their beast. Because you can't get there being a bitch. Bitch or beast, which one is it going to be? Which one are you going to choose in this moment in time, in this present moment decision? My meal's in front of me, bitch or beast. What I'm going to eat? I have a desire to eat. I have a hunger to eat, bitch or beast. Am I going to Five Guys, or I'm going to go home and eat my egg whites? Bitch or beast. My cardio is here right now. I'm really have to do 30 minutes, but I'm only going to do 20. Bitch or beast. The decision is everywhere. The question is, how many of your decisions take you down the narrow path? How many of the decisions you make take you down the narrow path? I'm just doing introspection. I'm doing inventory, I should say, even on myself. Because this principle still is a filter that I have many, many layers in which I see things through. And I try to put on the glasses that's necessary at the time, that lens. And I feel like even that's a message for me right now as I'm pushing through certain these seasons and changes in my own life. Bitch or beast, T. The beast was what has me get up at 2:30 in the morning so I could be here. That's the beast. That's excited to do that. The beast is the one who's going to make sure he's home in time to make sure breakfast is taken care of for the family. That's what the beast would do. The beast is going to be the one that's going to make sure that the decorations get done with the family, because I know my wife loves it. Even I could care less, but she really wants to get it done this weekend. So the beast is going to make sure it gets done. That's what the beast would do. The bitch, I'm just going to focus on this recuperation. I'm going to try to let me just sleep it off. I'm not going to play with the kids. I'm tired. It's been a long week. A lot of my days started 3 o'clock in the morning, and they ended late. And I'm just really, really tired. But I know the kids haven't got a chance to play with me today, but I'll catch up with them next week. That's the bitch. I know, baby, I haven't got to talk much, so you're working on a few things, but I got to focus. I got to get my projects done right now just because, that's the bitch. The beast will find a way to get it done. The beast does. So you have to ask yourself, at as many moments in time throughout your day, especially when you feel that internal struggle, when it's harder to really make that call, you have to be as present in that moment in time as you can be, and recognize the opportunity you had before you to not only tap into, but to be fueled by, and to strengthen the bond between your inner beast. Which one would you choose? Bitch or beast? Who do you want to be? How do you want to live? Bitch or beast? How do you want to approach life? How do you want to be viewed? Bitch or beast? Now, if bitch is what you want, then so be it. The only issue about people choosing bitch, they always be bitching and complaining. It's so annoying. Like, yo, if you don't want it, then change it. If you can't change it, change your mindset about it. But don't talk to me about it, because I don't care, because I'm choosing beast. I don't care about the best protocol for this or for that. I'm going to choose beast. I'm going to be in the gym. I'm going to get the work done. I'm in the kitchen eating my food. I'm going to be doing my cardio. I will figure out what's best over time. But right now, let me do with what I have in my hand to do and stop complaining about not having the best of everything before I can start. I'm just going to choose beast and bulldoze my way through to the end and figure it out along the way. We waste so much time. We squander so much time just talking about what we want, about how we want to change, about when we're going to change, about in what fashion is going to be when we actually do. All this time talking about the workouts we're going to do, the workouts we should have done, the workout we just read about. Who cares? What did you do? What are you doing? The words that resonate through my head right now is, don't mistake activity for achievement. Far too often, we're so busy actively just doing stuff, but not achieving anything. It's a bitch move. This is the busy bees. Busy, doing all this stuff, but not really making any forward progress, not really going anywhere. Don't get caught up in that. Don't get caught up in the lie. It's like a mirage. It's not even a mirage. It's like this fake something. But mirage is oftentimes something that you desire, so I don't like the mirage scenario. But all that to say, that particular thought pattern, that particular way of thinking has been something that has helped me significantly as I approach especially, it started in training, of course, but as I approach other areas, in regards to my work ethic, in regards to willing to get up early, stay up late, or not taking the nap, and it made a big difference in the overall quality of my life as an individual, as a father, as a husband, as a brother, as a son, as an uncle, as a friend. I can honestly say that thinking and looking at things through that lens has made me several times a much more able-bodied individual, confident, because I know I'm going to pick now. I know how to move now, and I have this connection with the beast that infuses everything else that I do, so I come with this energy to certain things now in a way that is just truly, truly makes it fun to be a beast. It makes it fun to dig deep like that. It makes it fun to do the things that others complain about, but doing it with a smile on your face, even though you may hate it too. But no one knows how much you disdain it. And because you fake the funk so much, you now love the same thing you fake to love, but now you actually love it. That's the power of the beast. Bitch or beast. It's a decision you got to make every day, every moment. I say choose beast. Yeah. Do your best to choose beast as often as you can. And now, as I work through other areas, I'm working on that same principle being applied to other areas of my life. And it's exciting to know that as the beast grows in these other areas, I too shall grow. And my impact, force, reach will also grow.